Nine News can reveal confirmed cases of looting on the Pinery Fireground, with one man telling of how he chased a thief from his property in the middle of the night. The distressing reports coming as the Premier announced millions in funding to help devastated victims. Alice Monfries is live at Worsley's. Alice, the looting has come as a bitter blow to the already down locals.
Oh, it has, Brenton. Devastation has turned to anger here with these sickening crimes targeting the very people who've already lost so much. There have been reports of theft right across the Fireground, with thieves rummaging through destroyed homes, including this one behind me here, to find and sell scrap metal and materials. The devastating blaze has robbed Martin Durnford of his home of 35 years and his beloved dog. And now looters are targeting the very few possessions he has left.
I was absolutely furious that some idiot would come along and try and take the little that people have got round here.
Now sleeping in a camper van, the Worsley's local disturbed a looter on his fire-ravaged property at midnight last night.
I yelled out to him, "What the hell do you think you're doing, mate?" And he jumped back in the car and took off.
A sickening crime happening right across the Fireground. Chad Miller's motorbike was stolen from his Worsley's home on his 28th birthday. Looters and sticky beaks forcing him to put up temporary fencing.
I had to put up the fences just for a bit of privacy and people to stop taking little scrapbook pics. And then I had to put up the side fence of whatever I could just to stop people walking through the yard just trying to have a good gawk.
Anger too among the CFS firefighters who battled the Pinery inferno, with claims one crew was trapped in the blaze and couldn't call for help because the emergency services radio system failed, leaving them to shelter in their truck as flames burned over. Nine News revealed concerns over the emergency radio network in October last year, with Family First MP Robert Brokenshire warning lives could be lost if coverage black spots weren't fixed.
This is way too slow from a tired government that should have made this priority number one.
We actually are upgrading the whole network right across the state. I signed a contract for $170 million earlier this year to get the whole network upgraded. That's hardly what you call a non-response.
The Premier this afternoon also announced $3 million in relief funding. $1 million will go to the fundraising appeal for affected families, the rest to the long-term relief and recovery effort.
Our deepest condolences are with the families affected, and our thoughts are with the communities devastated by the fire.
And as communities here slowly begin to recover and rebuild, the CFS is preparing for the remainder of a very dangerous bushfire season ahead. Today is, of course, just the first day of summer, and while it is relatively cool, fierce winds have been whipping up dust storms right across the mid-north, especially over the burnt paddocks on the Fireground. And the Weather Bureau says our hottest and driest October on record, followed by very similar conditions in November, has brought forward that fire danger and contributed to such a devastating blaze so early in the season.
So the hot and dry conditions that we saw as we progressed through spring, particularly with record heat in October, rapidly dried out fuel loads and lowered soil moisture levels. So that provides background conditions which are conducive to severe weather, severe fire weather, which we wouldn't normally expect to see until midsummer.
Now, the Weather Bureau also says that December is looking to be hotter and drier than average also, which is not great news for the already tinder dry fire zones right across the state, already at high risk of another bushfire.
Very concerning, Alice, thank you. And if you want to help those affected, you can donate to the Vinnie's Bushfire Appeal by calling